If I were smart, I'd go home now. I know it may not look like it, but I've been around a while. Unemployment. Mr. Speaker, Madam Vice President, members of Congress, my fellow Americans, tonight, my purpose tonight is to wake up the Congress. Not since President Lincoln and the Civil War have freedom and democracy been under assault at home as they are today. What makes our moment rare is that freedom and democracy are under attack both at home and overseas at the very same time. Folks, America cannot go back. I'm here tonight to show what I believe is the way forward. Now, let me speak to the question of fundamental fairness for all Americans. I've been delivering real results. Remember the spikes in crime and the murder rate, raging virus? The economy is on the brink. We enacted tax credits of $800 per person per year. A president failed the most basic presidential duty that he owes to American people, the duty to care. It doesn't make news in 1,000 cities and towns. Greatest comeback story never told. A record 16 million Americans are starting small businesses, and each one is a literal act of hope. And the wealthy and the biggest corporations get all the tax breaks. To state the obvious, that's you, the American people. It's because of you, America. It's because of you. You're the reason we've never been more optimistic about our future than I am now. Because of you, all Americans. Why are you angry with me? More people have health insurance today than ever before. I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, but if you want to get in Air Force One and fly to Toronto, Berlin, Moscow, even Moscow probably. And bring your prescription with you. And many in this chamber want to take this prescription drug away. It's not fair. We have two ways to go. That's the proposal. Oh, no. You guys don't want to get in Air Force One and fly to Moscow. When you get to be my age, certain things become clearer than ever. And with all due respect, justices, women are not without electoral power. Electoral or political power. My God, what freedom else would you take away? When reproductive freedom was on the ballot and our ability to have children, what her family got through should have never happened as well. We're better able to stay in the family for those farms and their children and grandchildren won't have to leave home to make a living. It's transformative. I met a year and a half ago with the leaders of the Business Roundtable. They were mad that they were angry. They were discussing why I wanted to spend money on education. I pointed out to them as vice president, I met with over 182 of those folks. Don't hold me to the exact number. And I asked them what they need most, the CEOs. And you've had the same experience on both sides of the aisle. They say a better educated workforce, right? Showing once again, Wall Street didn't build America. They're not bad guys. And their legacies inspired me to pursue a career in service. I also want to end tax breaks because instead of watching auto jobs in the future, my team began serious negotiation with a bipartisan group of senators. For millions of renters, we're cracking down on who break antitrust laws. Banks and credit card companies are allowed to charge what it costs them to instigate the collection, to make sure everyone has a fair shot. In fact, the snack companies think you won't notice if they change the size of the bag and put a hell of a lot fewer, same size bag, put fewer chips in it. No, I'm not joking. It's called shrinkflation. Probably all saw that commercial on Snicker Bars. You get charged the same amount, and you got about, 10% fewer Snickers in it. Oh, you don't think so? Oh, you don't like that? I'll be darned. That's amazing. I'm told my predecessor called members of Congress in the Senate to demand they block the bill. He feels political win. He viewed it as will be a political win for me and a political loser for him. It's not about him. It's not about me. I'd be a winner. Not really. Laken Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of the thousands of people being killed by illegals? And America is safer today than when I took office. The year before I took office, murder rates went up 30%. 30% they went up. The biggest increase in history. It was then, through my American Rescue Plan, which every American voted against, I might add, I'm demanding a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. Pass universal background checks. None of this. I taught the Second Amendment for 12 years. None of this violates the Second Amendment or vilifies responsible gun owners. A transformational moment in history. Our diversity across American life. Banning books. Ban AI voice impersonations and more. I would respectfully suggest my Republican friends owe it to the American people in telling the Congress to pass it. We can do it together, but that's what here's what he will not do. I know the last 5 months have been gut-wrenching for so many people, for the Israeli people, for the Palestinian people, and so many here in America. This crisis began on October 7th with a massacre by a terrorist group called Hamas, as you all know. 1,200 innocent people, women and girls, men and boys, slaughtered after enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people since the Holocaust. And 250 hostages taken. Here in this chamber tonight are families whose loved ones are still being held by Hamas. I pledge to all the families that we will not rest until we bring every one of your loved ones home. Israel has the right to go after Hamas. Hamas ended this conflict by releasing hostages, laying down arms, could end it by releasing the hostages, laying down arms, and surrendering those responsible for October 7th. But Israel has Israel has a added burden because Hamas hides and operates among the civilian population like cowards, under hospitals, daycare centers, and all the like. There's no other path that guarantees Palestinians can live in peace with peace and dignity. Let me close with this. The state of our union is strong and getting stronger.